There's a lot of you out there that struggle heavily with loneliness. And I understand, man. I would drink warm tea, take warm showers any point I can because sometimes it will like hurt a lot for me to feel as if I had no one in my life, no friends. And back then, the only thing I thought I would need is I just needed a woman. I just needed someone to be in a relationship with me and it would fix everything. And it's painful because you at one point you literally start getting pains, and some of you might say, well, you probably need a doctor to check that out, but it's like, no, I would literally get physical pains as a result of what I was going through, like the quiet desperation and the loneliness and everything. Like I would turn on the LEDs, listen to the sad song on repeat. A lot of things people would consider cringy, but you've probably done it. You've probably not told anybody about it. So, I'm going to be the one to say it because hopefully you can relate and hopefully it will help you out. But, you know, you try to tell a person like this that if they go through self-improvement, and I'm going to tell you the truth here because I think you need to hear it. Most won't tell you this, and I can see why they wouldn't tell you this, because they want you to get on self-improvement and to be able to see the results that you can get from it. But self-improvement will and can actually, no, it will allow for this greater level of loneliness to appear. And then you might ask the question, well, that's kind of insane, okay? Why would I, someone who's already struggling with loneliness, want to be more lonely? What? And, well, I want you to think about it like this, okay? What is it that you're getting in return for bearing even more loneliness? Because you might not think it's anything at all, but I assure you it's something. And I can assure you it's something with experience, because I went through the same thing that maybe you did as well. And that's that I was kind of like a nomad back in high school. I never really got along with a lot of people, and I would try to fit in, but, people would sometimes use me for their benefit, like homework and things like that. And I thought that would make my relationships with a lot of people better in some ways, but it just didn't. It really didn't. It was the most surface level, basic thing, hi, hello you could ever get. And I never enjoyed that because deep down I was always a person who liked having very, very deep conversations, maybe intellectual ones, maybe things about stupid as UFOs, but I could also be serious and funny, like a whole lot of different things. And maybe that was just my lack of the ability to unlock their personalities and things like that. But at the same time, that's just how I felt. No one could really take that away from me at the time. So that's just how it was. And you try to fit in, but you can't, and you can't really find your group of people. And there's just a lot of questions you have in your head that go unsolved, like why people might treat you the way that you do, or why you can't just seem to fit in with this group, and things like that. And it gets really tough, man. So I understand. And then you go and tell that person oh, get on self-improvement, and at first that sounds great, right? It's and it is great. Don't even get it twisted. It is great because you feel a lot better about yourself. You feel a lot more confident in a good way too, right? Because you're not downing anybody else. It's not about anybody else. It's about improving yourself, and so that you could give back to your community and to the greater whole. And a lot of you might not understand that just yet, but that's very much the case. And again, when you tell this person that doesn't have a lot of friends, that spends a lot of their times on video games because that's where they feel like that's the only place they can get an intimate connection or a connection to a friend at all, and they end up getting that, and they spend their time on that, and to the point where it just starts making them angry. At this point they're not even really enjoying it anymore, And it's not fun. And the same person wishes they could really just get like a hug in real life. And that's no diss at these kinds of people, because I was literally that person. I just wish like an older version of me could just give me a hug and just like put me at peace, I guess. And just like knowing that it'll like, be okay in the future and things like that. So, and then telling this person that you need to get onto a journey that might make you more lonely is like a scary thing, bro. It's not fun to know that you're going to be even lonelier because, and why? What's the practical reasons as to why? It's like your hobbies and interests don't align. Because of the things that you have to focus on to improve yourself, you're objectively spending more time doing those things and trying to hang out with people for not the whole time, but periods of your life. And that can be up to like 6 months to a year. And it's like, why would I want to do that? Why is it worth bearing that much burden of loneliness, even more than what I'm experiencing? And this is already painful enough, Shay. Why is it worth experiencing even more? Why? It's because you have to see what you're getting as a reward. And you're not going to be able to see that just yet. The same way you won't see results by going to the gym for one day and going through that much pain. It's the same way, you won't see progress and you won't rank up in Overwatch and Valorant by playing one ranked game and winning one ranked game. The same way you won't make progress sending one text to that girl. The same way you won't make any progress towards your bulk or towards your goals. The same way you can't turn in one piece of homework and expect to be able to pass the entire class. There's a payoff to these things, and it's to be, and some people say, well, suffering isn't necessarily correlated with success, and I agree with that. But I think that burden that you bear of loneliness, assuming that you spend that time that you're given and that you're not spending on doing that bad stuff, right? That you're giving up and becoming even more lonely as a result of it. Assuming you don't spend that time doing jack all, you need to spend that time doing something productive that'll actually help you realize the benefit of what it is that you're doing over that course of time. And why would you want to do that? So that you could experience the benefits as soon as possible. Of course, you can't experience the benefits maybe, of getting a crazy physique in the gym in one day, but maybe you experience the benefit of like just feeling the blood rush through your body for one day, and like that's enough. You just need something to get started. And you might not believe me right now, but the rewards that you'll reap, in video games you see it all the time. You know what reward you're getting. The thing about this is it's uncertain, right? So it feels kind of like you won't get it, but I assure you, you will. You just have to be willing to bear the loneliness, and that will suck sometimes. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a $150 with you. It will suck sometimes. That's just the way things are. But as a result of you bearing that, as a result of you giving up the things that I know you really want, the friends, the ability to just, attract the kind of woman you want, the physique you want, anything really, you have to be able to work for it. It's kind of like the battle pass. Like, you put in time to play the video game and you earn things on the battle pass. That's just kind of how it works. Well, the battle pass in this system is you go through a level of physical pain, and that's as a result of quitting the things that you know you should, which causes you even more pain, and you wonder, like, why did I do that to myself? But it's like, that's a good thing, because as a result of it, you're gaining more wisdom, and you're going to gain a lot more wisdom, because I think a lot of that pain will bring more wisdom. And you won't understand what I'm talking about just yet, but it will. You have to kind of just take faith in the fact that the rewards that you're getting will be there. You just have to spend the time to be able to do that, and you have to pay the price that comes with that, which is possibly feeling more lonely than you might feel right now. But in the end, it'll be worth it. I promise you that. And you could use whatever as motivation. Whatever allows you to be used. People say, oh, don't do it for her. Oh, don't do it for this. It's like, no, I called upon all piece of motivations I had. Positive, negative, didn't matter. I did it all. But I put it into the right things, and that's what mattered. I didn't take it out on the wrong things, like try to take it out on my family, although sometimes that mistake might happen. Or try to take it out on this, try to take it out on that. It's like, no, I put all my anger, negative energy, positive energy, doesn't matter what it was, all of it into the gym. And for you, it could be different. Maybe for you, that negative energy goes into the work, or positive energy goes in the gym. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Use whatever comes to your disposal to be able to do that thing and help you achieve that goal that will actually make you feel more confident, better about yourself. But I'm saying you will have to pay that price of loneliness. That's just how that works. And, I would always tell myself one thing. It's like, this pain is necessary to go through because, first of all, it'll make me more wisdomous. Second of all, it is temporary. It will go. It will flee. And when I developed those systems, I found myself enjoying the journey so much more. And that won't make sense because it's like, I didn't necessarily enjoy the journey of trying to earn that golden gun on fucking COD, or, trying to earn, level 80 on the battle pass after shitting on those fucking noobs. Okay, that was cringe, but you know what I mean. But yeah, there's a price to pay, and I'm just going to tell you the truth. That's just how it is. But I'm going to tell you also why it's still worth paying. And I assure you, if you could just trust me on this, you will reap the rewards of that. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Peace. Take it easy.